All right, so I made this video so that you guys can hopefully get a little bit more clarity if needed on how to use the cervical traction unit at the house. This is gonna help remodel the ligaments and the muscles around the neck so that way you start getting your curve back. Now, when you first came in the office, and pretty often I remind you how important it is to have a curve in your spine right here in your neck. And the reason for it is so that, one, it distributes the weight of your head, which your head weighs about 12 to 15 pounds, evenly amongst all the vertebrae in your neck. And so this will help so that the neck, the bones don't go through phases of decay. So certain terms you might have heard if you ever had an x-ray of your joints, like arthritis, disc degeneration, herniated discs. So these are some of the terms that come about to if you're starting to have pains down your arms, pins and needles. This also happens in the low back as well. So I'm just going to talk about the neck, but these are some of the symptoms that people feel, and this is some of the diagnosis you might hear when it comes to your neck. And so in order for us to avoid that or to improve that or help it not get worse, we need to do the cervical traction. So this video is for you so you can learn how to do it correctly. Okay, so I'm going to show you different angles. One, you want to hang up the cervical traction unit on your door. Now, everybody's height is different, so you'll have to figure out how to make it best for your height. But you definitely want to have it so that the part that goes under your chin is right up against your chin. You don't want to have a space between your chin and the padding. And then you want it to rest the collar right on the shoulders. This will be the lower part of your neck. Now, there may be times I will advise you to have it more up on your neck. And if we have to do that, then I'll show you the technique on how to do that. So in order to create the right length for you, if you're taller and you need the length to be higher, you might want to tie a knot in the string and then it will shorten the length. And so you'll do that. And so you'll figure that out. Again, you can ask me in the office. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up the traction unit. We're gonna put this on our shoulder, and then this is gonna go underneath our chin, okay? Now, when you're doing this, you do not wanna hang on this. This, you should be supporting majority of your weight in your legs, and this should be nice and easy. So I have this under my chin, right up against it. I'm gonna hold the sidebars underhand. I'm going to squat, and as I squat, I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna hold for about a second or two and then stand up straight. The chin going from straight to up every repetition. Okay, so in this view, I want you to see my full body so you can see what my lower half is doing. Hopefully this helps you. So when you're doing the squat, one of the biggest things I'm gonna point out is that you're gonna hinge your hips back, right? So that way your knees are not gonna hit the door and you have proper balance. So you wanna separate your feet about shoulder width or wider, and you wanna hinge your hip back so that way you have proper form. So watch. I'm hinging, squatting. All the weight is in my legs, and we want to keep it that way because we don't want to hang on the cervical traction unit. And so in the beginning, when you first start this, whether you're just starting or maybe you had a time period where you stopped doing your traction and you're doing it again, start with a low amount of repetitions, somewhere between 5 and 10 reps, twice a day, in the morning and later on in the afternoon or in the evening, but twice a day, and then steadily increasing up to 60 reps twice a day is ideal every day. If you're doing this consistently, at some point in time, months in time, whether it's 6 months, 8 months, we can then do a re-exam on your cervical traction, on your neck, to see your curve, to see it improving, because this is very important for you to see the best results for your care. So I hope this helps you, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me in the office.